again.
It's that time
Tuesday
again. Oh yeah, man. What's going on, Atlanta Falcon fans, man? Y'all know it is a dynamic duo, man. No, it's not a pop-up show. It's your
night.
Tuesday preview special, man, as we always bring out every Tuesday. We're a little bit late today, man. You know how work catch up with you, man. Sometimes you gotta pay the bills, so you gotta put that first. But Atlanta Falcons, New England Patriots Sunday in New England. And I've been hearing 28-3 all day, man. I'm tired of it. So what we gonna do, man? We're gonna give y'all our thoughts on the matchup, offense versus defense on both teams, X factor, score predictions, shout outs like we always do. But what's blowing the internet up right now is this Rich McKay interview.
Yeah.
And look, like I told y'all, that picture right there when he was holding his hands up looked like he was lying in. But RJ, what's up, my guy?
What's happening?
If y'all seen the video I put up a little bit earlier, man, let me break it down and explain some things before we move into the preview. And Chris, if you want to, give your thoughts on what I'm doing, feel free to do so. I did the video in context as when I looked at the video and then I came back and did my video and my reaction. A lot of people took it the wrong way, and I know one mistake that I did make, and I admit to that. I did say he was president. He once was president, but now he's just CEO, and like he said, he just, still do day-to-day operation, only goes once a week. But people misunderstood it as fake information and bad information, and that's not my style. I gave my reaction as to the whole video. When I cut it off on the first question, that was my thought on the first question. But when I answered the rest of the video, I answered it as I went on. And if you know me, you know that I'm not going to get no fake information. I'm not going to get no bad, advice or none of that. So for the people that's saying that I'm getting bad information, that's false. I gave my reaction to that first question because when I saw the video and I saw that first question, I knew exactly where the interview was going to go after I seen that. And I was right. It went into a day-to-day operation, what your part was in hiring coaches, and I answered that as the video went on. And he even said the Bill Belichick part, he was in a meeting, and there was 8 people in that meeting, and I just gave my thoughts on all of that. Right. So if y'all watched the video and went through the video and listened to the whole thing, y'all would see that, look, I gave my thoughts on the entire video as it went on. That's all I'm saying. So it wasn't no bad information on my part. It's my reaction. It's my opinion. It had nothing to do with information. The only thing that I admit that I got wrong was he wasn't the president. I think his name is, if I'm not mistaken, what's the president's name?
Greg Beadle.
Greg Beadle, exactly. So the only thing that I was trying to get over to y'all is that he's key in day-to-day operations. And it's been like that ever since he's been here, and he's not going anywhere, period. He's Arthur Blake's right-hand man. Okay, D. Nash, tell me what I said wrong. Yeah, I just said that I was wrong about that. Yeah, I just said that. I said I admit I was wrong about the president part. Anybody can make that simple mistake. That one thing about me, if I'm wrong, I admit I'm wrong.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like that's a great thing, though. I mean, at the end of the day, you can admit that you're wrong, though. I mean, things gonna happen. People make mistakes. And
that's why people used to tell me when I started this thing, that's why we watch you because you can admit when you're wrong and you're not perfect, and I admit that. So look, it's an opinion at the end of the day, and like I said, I've been watching this team for 36 years, and to know Rich McKay is not going anywhere, look, it's just a fact. He's Arthur Blank's right hand man, and it's not going to change. I know Joshua Blank is in line to take over the team as the owner when Arthur steps aside. Josh is going to take over, but guess what? Rich McKay is going to be there. And the thing that pissed me off the most about Rich McKay, and I've said this time and time again, and I wish I didn't have to I wish I didn't have to just say this, but he knows what it takes to build a championship team. He did it in Tampa with the Buccaneers. He built that team from the ground up. And you remember his father was the head coach there, so he knew the Glazer family, quite well. And to see what he's doing in Atlanta, it just seems to me like he just took nothing of that. And I said too in that video about who was it?
Well, I know McKay said anyway that he tries to stay away from the football side as much as he possibly can.
Bro, look, Chris, can you believe that when all you got to do is pick up the phone and say, "I need to talk to you right quick"?
Hey, that's all he has to do. I'm just saying what was said in the interview.
But think about what he was saying. He kept contradicting himself. He kept going from, I don't have, I don't see the side of football no more. I'm in the office in New York. I'm overseeing, the venues at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, just all of that.
Right.
So if you think about it, in some shape, face, or form, you got something to do with this team. And I'm gonna stick by what I said. And I said again. Terry Fontenot's hands is tired to a certain extent. I'm gonna always believe that. Because if I look at, what other GMs do, it's the same thing. When the ownership has their hand too much into what's going on, you can never get things right. Look at what's going on in Dallas. Look at what happened in Tennessee with Mike Vrabel. I said it earlier. Look at what happened. He started out very good in Tennessee, but once they fired the GM and they started dabbling in the everyday business, Tennessee fell off. Look at what Mike Vrabel is doing right now in New England. We got to play on Sunday. Yeah. We got to play on Sunday.
Shoot, let's get into it.
Yeah. So, I mean, D Nasty, it's all love, man. I'm just saying. I mean, it's all love with me, man. Anybody know me know that. I appreciate you for straightening me out on that. But I admit I made a mistake. He wasn't the president. But it's just me. I've been a fan so long. I'm used to him having that title because he was the president and the GM when Rich McKay was. Thomas Dimitroff was here, and they decided, to take that from him. And they talked about Atlanta United. Ever since we won that championship in MLS, we ain't been nothing since. And he got his hands in that too. So I mean, look, it's just an opinion. But again, thank y'all for checking that video out. Truly appreciate it. But let's get with this New England thing, man. Ski, chill out. Chill out, Ski.
Yeah, I know, right?
You my dog. Chill out. Let's go. Let's see. What we gonna talk about first?
Well,
anything you talk about from last week's game, because last week's game it was utter trash, and I really don't want to talk about it.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't have anything to say about last week's game. There's no point of me even upsetting myself or anything. That's another reason why we have these turnaround preview games on Tuesdays, because regardless of whether if it's a win or a loss, it's time to turn right back around and focus on what's ahead of you. And right now, it's the New England Patriots. It's a team that we haven't beaten since 1998.
And I remember that game. Jamal Anderson went off that game.
Right.
I actually remember that.
So it's just like, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, man,
Super Bowl season, matter of fact.
I'm still in grade school. It's been a very long time since.
Damn, am I that old?
Huh?
Am I that old? Yeah, man.
But seriously though, it's been quite some time, man, and we got to try to figure a way to get off the schneid with these guys. And honestly, the perfect time to do it would be now. I mean, that's easier said than done. See how easy that was for me to say that? But of course, apparently, from what we've seen from our team, it's not as easy as it's being said. So, but we're gonna figure it out.
But this is how we're gonna start it off, since it was piss poor last week on offense.
It was.
We're gonna talk about the offense first, man. Let's just keep it real.
Hey, let's dive into it.
211 total yards in one game. You came in the game averaging 363 yards. How the hell you fall off like that?
Game planning. I definitely feel like it was definitely the game plan. Miami came in and just I hate the whole thing about we got out Atlanta or anything like that. It's just it just sounds crazy. But honestly, that's what happened. So you had a more experienced guy who was coordinating and has been doing it for some time, and he came in and used plays that you were using your own playbook against you, and it worked. So overall, it was just predictability. Yep, predictability. Being predictable, having no kind of new wrinkles. Everything, so they knew it was coming. They're loading that box just like we said that they would weeks ago. That if we stayed predictable, guys would start loading the box. Last chance to salvage the season. Absolutely, William Paul. Couldn't have said it better myself. Last chance right here, y'all. I mean, because honestly, we cannot afford to come out of. I mean, really, we cannot afford to come out of Germany with a 3-6 record, 3-5 record. Anything like that. We can't afford that. So
not to get ahead of that.
Yeah,
but the way Jonathan Taylor has been playing, that game scared me 2-3 weeks ago. If you look at how Jonathan Taylor is running, he's a man on a mission. He could be the next guy to possibly go over 2,000 yards. He could possibly be the guy to score 25 or more touchdowns. He's just having that type season. He scored about 6 or 7 touchdowns in the last 2 games.
Yeah.
So and you got to think about Daniel Jones as well. Daniel Jones. So when you look at it, man, we'll get into that though. We'll get into that. But Bijan has to get on track, man. 9 carries, 25 yards last week. And you said it. The reason why that was the game plan, it just sucked. I mean, what? Let me take a step back. And in the chat, y'all can answer as well. What is the true identity of this team right now?
Because identity.
Hold on. What's the true identity right now? The true identity, honestly, it's supposed to be, and I've been saying this 1,000 times. The true identity of this team should be running the football. Why? It's been a staple of this team for the last 6-7 seasons when Arthur Smith was here. He came and implemented the run game, and what they did to put a spectacular offense in place, I still feel like you got to build around that run game. You got Bijan Robinson. You got Tyler Algier. You got Thunder and Lightning. You can wear them down with one, shake them out their shoes with the other. And you mean to tell me your offensive coordinator can't game plan for these weapons that they've invested in? Think about it. They spent 4 first-round consecutive picks on skill positions on offense. They didn't address the offensive line. They didn't address the defensive line. Edge rush is what we need. They went straight offense. And I'm going to get into that in a second, Ski. But when you look at what they've done to put together an offense, and then you bring in a young first-year coordinator last year, had no experience, it just didn't make sense to me, and it still don't. So when I look at Bijan Robinson and how he's been utilized the last 2 games, it's just pretty much sickening. And Ski, I was going to get into that. If you look how disgusted his face was in Sunday's game, he looked defeated, man. And he looked like, I don't know where to go from here. And they know. During the game, they know the game plan is garbage. But what can what can they do? Their hands tied. The coaches call the plays, make up the game plan. You just got to follow through and execute. But you can't execute if the scheming is terrible. So, I mean, that's just me, man. I mean, it can't get no worse than this, can it? I don't think so. 211 yards? Go ahead, man. Go ahead. My bad.
No, I'll just say it just all depends. Honestly, you were saying about, I want to just, go back to, some actually just like the preview of it. And you started off with Bijan Robinson and the fact that he has to get back on track. Well, it's Zach Robinson's deal to get Bijan Robinson back on track, but it's not going to be just easy. It's not just going to be willy-nilly with this team because, I mean, historically, honestly, the Patriots have been pretty good at the run historically, and this is years no short of that. This week, so we're going against a defense that is a top 5 in the as far as like the run game.
I think they're number 2 to be exact, right?
I was about to say, if you want to get even more exact, they're number 2. As far as like they're second in the NFL as far as rushing yards, rushes per game, rushing yards, rushing yards per game, rushing attempts, all that, even rushing touchdowns, because they've only given up, I believe, 1 or 2 touchdowns in the entire season. So on the ground. So even though we are a run first team and that is our best attribute right now, it is not going to be easy running the ball against the New England Patriots led by Mike Vrabel. So in order to be able to really do this, it's going to have to start with the offensive line. Our offensive line is going to have to be more physical than their defensive line all game. That's where it's going to really start with. I know we say Zach Robinson and everything, and it does. Zach Robinson is right there, guys. But what I'm saying as far as like the players on the field, the offensive line has got to get after it this game. And I know Coach Ra has said something about the offensive line, but we already see the offensive line. The last 2 games have not been some of their best work at all. You know, so
and I know we could talk about injuries, but this is why coaches get paid for the next man to step up. I mean, you can't keep using that excuse. And for him to come by and say, we got beat at the line of scrimmage. I mean, come on. Team of 1-6. You mean you didn't just get beat, you just didn't prepare to play at the line of scrimmage at the end of the day. And he one thing about him, if he know he does something wrong, he'll beat around the damn bush all damn interview just to say he wasn't wrong.
Hey, man.
You can't do that as a coach. Because if you selling the fan base some bullshit, imagine what you selling, the players in the locker room. Because they listen to what you say too. And trust me, this is one reason why Ray McLeod ain't here. He probably wanted to impress what was going on. I know he wasn't having a great year. But
look, he wasn't.
That goes back to what I said earlier, scheming. He wasn't scheming to making plays. And we've been talking about the last 2 weeks. Correct me if I'm wrong, Chris. When Drake London went out last week, what did I say? Kyle Pitts had to be the number 1 target.
Well, yeah, of course. And of course, we've seen what we got. My thing is that 4th and 7 play. You got the ball to Kyle Pitts, but like it was way behind the sticks. And that's certain plays shouldn't be in the playbook. Certain things shouldn't be called. That situational play calling has to be better because it's not just about seeing the X's and O's getting up and down the field. You got to be able to, and I agree. I hate to say this, but I agree with Kirk Cousins about like when he said about we got to be able to stack plays, and the fact that we're not stacking plays, and the fact that we're not being able to move the ball, where we're being predictable. The defense is sitting on exactly what we're doing. Remember, we talked about defense is sitting on what we were doing back in the Panthers game. And now we're on to New England. We're still having these issues. It's got to be different. Like I believe the play action has got to be involved in this game. I believe you're going to see some 12 personnel. Trying to get New England's linebackers to commit. Then maybe you can roll some things like some drags or some digs behind them. I feel like Kyle Pitts has got to be used in this game as well because even though New England is stout in the run game, they are a little bit more flexible in that as far as in that passing game. As they're 19th right now. They give up 224 yards through the air. They are 15th in sacks right now, so be careful about that. They're in the middle of the pack, so that's not too bad. But they give up through the air nearly 8 yards per pass. So that's 26th in the league. It's 7.6 to be exact, but it's nearly 8. And I'm saying completion percentages, they give that up too, nearly 71%. So you can be able to move the ball through the air against these guys. But of course, with the Falcons, we have to get Bijan Robinson involved, but it's just not going to be easy. So in order to do this, I just believe that again, still run the ball. Let that be the focal point, the standpoint, but play action and RPOs. I believe all that stuff has to be involved just to keep New England off balance, so.
But how can you keep them off balance when you can't, run consecutive plays successfully? That's the thing. If they run the ball successfully, I feel like it'll open up the field. But how many times have we used play action? How many?
I know, bro, and I get it. And my thing is, like, again, running the ball against this team is not going to be option. They have a strong front seven, good gap control, and honestly, one reason why they're number 2 is because they've been winning the run stop matchups. They've been disciplined. in there, and they really have. But again, you have to try to still establish the run. You can't go away from it. You have to keep still going back to the well, even if you feel like it's not going to work, still going at it, because when opponents establish the run early, the Patriots, it's an outside edge rate and everything, and the secondary level pursuits drop off. Again, like I said, that you can move the ball through the air with these against these guys. You just have to be able to establish that run, and we have one of the best running backs, really one of the best 1-2 punches outside of that duo in Detroit that can get it done. It's just, how are you going to be able to get it done? What type of formations are you going to be able to run out there? Are you going to keep the same formations, or what are you going to do? I think you should run the ball with Bijan and Tyler, possibly even more Tyler, depending on his health, because I know he's been dealing with hip and knees and a knee injury. So I just it depends on how he's feeling. I would run a heavy dose of Tyler just to run those guys down, and then you can still mix in Bijan Robinson, splitting him out. Running outside, running inside between the A and the B gaps. I think you still need to try to attack this defense, because I don't think the best thing is to try to pass against this defense and and make your own self one-dimensional. Don't abandon the run too early. Falcons cannot do that, because we've been doing it. We've been abandoning the run so early, and I know last week we had to abandon it because we were so far behind. It made no sense. But when you think about that 49ers game, the second half, I feel like we did a bad job of trying to move the ball on the ground, and that is just no excuse for it. And also, of course, we were predictable in certain pass situations. That's why you have guys, being able to sit on routes. And the most important thing was, especially in the last 6 minutes of that fourth quarter, the offensive line just absolutely demolished by pretty much one or two guys. Really, about two guys.
And you remember that conversation we had last week? Miami done down and blew up that whole team, and they came out and looked like that last week. They done got every one of their star players.
We talked about it.
But to go to the offense just a little bit more, I'm gonna make this point, and then I'm gonna show y'all a quick tweet from the other day, a video I made. I'm glad you brought up Detroit. Detroit has built their offense from the ground up. They sent Matthew Stafford off to Los Angeles. They got back Jared Goff, and a lot of people said, man, that was a bad move if you made that move. The reason why I knew it wasn't a bad move, because I knew what Jared Goff was capable of, because I watched Jared Goff in college. And when you look at how the deal happened, each team got the type of quarterback they wanted in return. Sean McVay got the rocket arm that he likes, somebody that can zip the football. And Detroit got a quarterback that they knew could come in and do the job, because you saw he done with the Rams when he had Todd Gurley and those guys. So he had the talent. But when you look at how they built around him, like you talked about that two running back system that we have, same thing. They have probably the best offensive line with 3 to 4 first round picks. They got a tight end last year in Sam Laporta, who is running rings around Kyle Pitts. It's just all about adapting and adjusting, and the Falcons just can't do that. It's about adjusting to what you got, using what you got to the best of your advantage. And what do? They don't do nothing special. They don't do nothing special.
Mean, bro, they just play old school football, just to be honest. That's all the New England Patriots do. But I'm not surprised because of who their coach is. Their coach is the guy that, first of all, he's going to be proud of the job anyway, just because he played for the organization. He did it the Patriot way, won rings, etc. And then you bring him back to the organization. He's going to be so prideful this game. Really, he's going to be prideful the entire season, but I believe he's going to be prideful this game just because we have locked horns in the Super Bowl. And I know it's old, but my thing is, for coaches, for guys, you look at things that happen from the Alabama game into Georgia when Tua, and the Crimson Tide, beat the Bulldogs. They still talk about it. Hey, they even played a clip from it this past Sunday. So you can't say that guys forget about things, or just want to rub salt in the wound. At the end of the day, man, I'm just looking at it like they play old school football. You're going to have to put your hard hat on, bring your lunch pail, because it's going to be a dog fight. And we're on the road. We're going to their home. We have to take the fight to them. It's just, guys, and I'm talking to you in the chat. I'm talking to you too, Smitty.
Go ahead.
What is your confidence level as far as us being able to turn around? Because I know we play down the competition sometimes and play up the teams that we're not supposed to beat. But there are just some times where you just got to be a realist. And I'm just like, if things are not changing, if things can't be tweaked in the right way right now, in the next, 4 days, I really believe, so we're going to be embarrassed in New England. And I don't want that. Yeah, I don't want that for us.
But how much confidence do I have?
How much confidence do you have that we can be able to turn it around?
On a scale of 1 to 10?
Scale of 1 to 5. No, I'm going to drop it a scale of 5.
Drop it lower than that. Okay, I say 2 then. And the reason why I say 2 is because offensively, the last 2 games, they haven't shown me nothing that they can turn nothing around. They still making the same simple mistakes, miscommunication. I'm gonna get in. Hold on. I brought this tweet up for a reason. If you look at this tweet Kurt wanted to put up the other day, and I did a video on it, and y'all can go back and check that out. This tweet right here was the same thing me and you've been talking about for the last 3-4 weeks, maybe a month. Look at it. It said, I love this game.
Gosh.
Breaking down tape. Yes. I'm struggling to watch the offensive line tape. Predictable, boring, same plays over and over. Don't like the spacing often. Lots of miscommunication. You saw that last week. Right. The damn wide receiver was in the same vicinity damn near the whole game. And he said he just don't really get it. And that's the same thing, man, you've been saying for a month. So if a former quarterback, a Super Bowl MVP quarterback saying that, how and we saying that, how do they not see that?
Bro, I've never actually, played football. I've played, playing around, all the stuff of that. Nothing ever organized playing football. And I'm not sure. You ever played football? You played football organized wise?
Nah, health wise, I couldn't.
Okay, so my thing is neither one of us have done that, but we see things. People in the chat see things. So we have little kids who are like 11 and 12 years old who are still learning the game of football, calling out our plays.
Yep.
That just can't happen. That's unacceptable at any level, at any level, especially when you're at the highest level. That's just unacceptable. And my thing is, we're talking about getting rid of. Yes, do I want to get rid of Zach Robinson? I mean, let's just be honest. Yes. But at the same token, you can't just necessarily just give him the boot like that, because we don't have anyone that's technically better or technically, waiting in the wings for his opportunity who even if they did put in position, we wouldn't be confident that they can get the job done. We wouldn't even be optimistic about it.
And the crazy thing is, bro, I'm glad you said that. I had people in my chat earlier today talking about, y'all keep talking about fire the coach, who we gonna bring it back. How many times have I said on this show, and y'all in the chat, how many times I said on this show, we can't make that move because who they gonna bring in to replace him? Zach Robinson. TJ Yates can't do it. DJ Williams can't do it. So come on, man. I mean, I get it, and I want him fired too. But if you come down to the realistic of the entire thing, who gonna come in and right this ship in 10 games, 11 games, 10 games? Who gonna do it? So you got to ride the wave out and do another bad season, and we'll see what happens in the offseason. Now, if they turn it around, hey, I'm all for it. But at the end of the day, I just still don't trust Raheem because of the decision he made from the jump. And I told y'all that. Something was just common sense at the end of the day. Do not hire a first-time coordinator on either side of the ball when you are not established yourself. That is common fucking sense. Come on, man. Let's talk about it. That's common sense.
Make sure
Miss B, what's good? Waiting on you to get back on YouTube. Still waiting on you. Go ahead, Chris. My bad.
Yeah, man, Falcon fans, we are strong, man, because I feel like we don't just about seen it all. What have we not seen? I said as Falcon fans, outside of the obvious, the Lombardi, I said being raised high above our heads, I said in triumph. We've seen everything, so it's just like we'll see, man. But my thing is, I think the most important thing, though, as far as the Falcons' offense, the injury report. That's going to be the most important thing about the Falcons offense.
And y'all know we got that on Friday. We'll have that for y'all.
For sure. So we definitely gonna check the temperature.
Yeah, we that Falcon Friday podcast. Yeah, Falcon Friday show. We're gonna give y'all the injury report, the updates, and what we hearing. And trust me, y'all gonna want to hear it because I got a feeling there's gonna be some more bullshit at the end of the day. Trust me when I tell you that. But let's switch it up, man. Let's switch it up. Falcon defense against Patriots offense. And man, this gonna take the cake right here. And Chris already talked about it a little bit with Drake May. Drake May right now, 75% completion percentage, 15 touchdowns, only 3 interceptions, and throw for I think a little bit over 2,200 yards already. Yes. Last year, he already topped his touchdown total from last year.
Right.
In 8 games. And he has
now the good thing is, as far as passing. As far as passing goes, I mean, outside of that Jalen Waddle, long, touchdown or whatnot, Falcons defense still are pretty much kind of like still hanging tough in the passing yards department. But Falcons defense, they allow 4.9 yards per play, and opponents have completed 11 passes of 20 plus yards, which is the fewest in the league, but Drake May, that's just like Smitty showed. He's shown efficiency. He's shown early projections of a franchise quarterback. The Falcons are going to have to come out here. We have yet another young quarterback. You're going to have to pull out some things that you did against J.J. McCarthy. You're going to have to pull out some things. I know it's minimal things that went right against Bryce Young. My point is you had young quarterbacks that you're facing. This is yet another one. But I will say, this one is well coached.
He ahead of the curve too.
He's ahead of the curve. He is. And I want to, and I'll give him his shout out. So far so good. He is looking good. I did have and I'm gonna give you a shout out, Smitty, because I know I was messing with you about Drake May. I was messing with Smitty so much about Drake May. I was like, man, I don't know, man. Them North Carolina quarterbacks, I don't know.
Hey, man, look, the thing about him. He had a different demeanor from Mr. Trubisky. If you understand where I'm going with that, Sam Howell, Sam Howell even better than damn Mr. Trubisky. But we all knew the reason why Sam Howell wasn't that guy, because I feel like measurements. He's only about 5'11", so he's what Kyler Murray's height, but he has a cannon for an arm. And sometimes, the prototypical quarterback with 6'3", 6'3.5", somewhere in there. So when you look at what Drake May brought to the table as far as prototypical size, being able to use his legs, and then going to an organization that, to me, has been more consistent than any organization other than the Steelers the last 25 years. And then you look at Josh McDaniels. We knew what Josh McDaniels could do from his time under Bill Belichick. Yeah, he sucks as a coach. But when it comes to offensive play calling, he one of the best.
Again, some people should be coordinators. Some people can be head coaches.
Bingo. And some people can be water boys. Let's just keep it real. But when you look at that, and like I said, you look at Drake May numbers, it's pretty amazing just his second year he doing this. But it's not like you haven't seen it before. But when you look at that,
it's not like we can't stop it. It's not like we can't stop
it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm just saying, like, we got to keep that optimism there, because I know we have injuries on defense. But again, that's why I said, Falcon fans, keep your eyes glued to the injury report, because we are expecting to try to get some guys back. If we can have Jalen Walker back, I'm not going to lie to you, that's an underrated guy having back. People talk about sack numbers. I'm not worried about that. I know what he can do. Help out in the run game, kick out in the flat, quarterback spy. He can do a lot. So if we can get Jalen Walker back, that's going to be a great thing. But guess what? We also need our leading sack getter too, who missed last game. Zach Harrison, who is leading right now with 3.5 sacks. He missed last game. So that's another guy who wasn't able to get after the quarterback. I knew it was probably going to be a chance that Zach was going to miss it anyway, because if anybody watched that 49ers game, he played with a heavy brace on. So, you know, I said, like, I kind of figured as much. So, but again, those are things that we have to worry about too, managing our guys, managing our defense in particular, because you saw last week, the defense, I honestly felt for our defense, because those guys are out there fighting. Every down, every series they're fighting, but they did not get any help from the offense. Because if you look at our first 7 drives, it was punt, field goal, punt.
Four out of the first 7 drives, we 3 and out.
That's what I'm saying, bro. So that means you're putting your defense right back on the field. That's overexerting. That's, you know, some wearing them down. That's where those soft tissue injuries come from. That's where next thing you know, you're having guys down for 3-4 weeks. Next thing you know, you have guys on IR. Why? Because you're overexerting your defense. Yeah. The offense has got to pick it up, but the defense has got to stay sturdy and got to stay strong, especially for this game, because we're going to be tested. I hate to say it, guys, and I know y'all hate looking at it, but J.D. Bertrand is going to have to step up. J.D. Bertrand is going to have to shoot the right.
But if they didn't listen to the show last week, repeat what you said about J.D. Bertrand. It just made so much sense. I just want you to repeat what you said about size, undersized. You know.
Yes, because Devon Diablo, he's definitely the better athlete. He's all the way around. And I hate to say it, but he just doesn't like measure up as far as see, I don't want to say that, I don't want to disrespect him, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, just be an NFL caliber linebacker. Yeah, like as far as his size, as far as his height, as far as his athletic ability, you know what I'm saying? Like he's really like a check off in the wrong way in every aspect, where you have Devon Diablo, who has the size, the speed, the athletic ability. You know what I'm saying? You have like, it's such a major drop off, and it like that thumb is so sore, like it's huge as a balloon, like, and it sticks out. It's so obvious the drop off. And if you look back what happened last week, that's exactly what they did. They attacked the middle of the field, and they knew he was going to be there. Bro, that's exactly what they did. Bro, he knocked the running back out of the play like the first beginning of the game, and it was like, I don't know. After that, it's like he made Mike McDaniels upset or something, because he was like, "Oh, I'm coming at you all game." And my thing is, it was great play calling, because they made sure that they had it was multiple designs that they had to where they attacked your defense. And it was like, even if we don't get the guy that we want, we're going to get the guy that's helping the guy that we want. Right. So, and it was just good play designs. The thing about Josh McDaniels, he knows how to exploit, weaknesses. He did it with Tom Brady. And one name that we haven't even talked about, that's been around for a long time, tight end Hunter Henry. Hunter Henry, he's probably one of the most slept on tight ends in NFL history. Next to another Patriot named Ben Coates. Y'all probably not old enough to remember that. But Hunter Henry. Bro, hold on. Wait a minute. Go ahead. Let me back up. It's not just Hunter Henry. You still got Stephon Diggs over there. So you already know, AJ, you know what your assignment is.
Kenyon Buche, yeah.
Okay, so you got Booty. He over there, he's emerging. So and I honestly believe that's where Mike Hughes is going, because that's the speed between the two guys who I just named. But also, there's another guy over there that
Ramondre Stevenson, the running back.
Stevenson, but and also don't let Travion Henderson all of a sudden.
You know I was going with that. You got to watch out for him on special teams. You got to watch him on special teams. So look,
because my thing is, he hasn't done anything for their offense, and as far as their run game, I'm actually not afraid of the Patriots run game, to be honest with you. I know Ramondre, yes, I understand, but they don't have Gibson. That was their change of pace guy. They kind of like their scat guy, kind of like the guy that can catch out the backfield for the most part. So they don't have him. Ramondre can do it a little bit, but I'm not necessarily afraid of this rushing attack. I know any rushing attack can be great against a defense that's unprepared and not disciplined, but I'm more so worried about what Drake May can do. So I may actually kind of dust off the Josh Allen game plan, and what I'm saying, take something away from the JJ McCarthy game plan as well. Maybe mesh those two together and see what you can possibly get. Patriots offense will most likely show you 11 and 12 personnel just about all game. So and they're most likely going to try to run those mesh crossers. You're going to see the tight end like a Hunter Henry used in play action as well. What else do they like to do? They like to do a lot over there in New England, but they play mostly old school style football.
They're still a 3-4 team. That's the thing.
Yes.
That's still a 3-4 team on defense, and they still run that what you want to call it 3 wide. They love that.
Yeah.
So they know how to stretch the defense out, man. And like I said with Josh McDaniels, and one thing I forgot to mention on the other side,
formations. They use a lot of tight formations.
One thing that I did forget on the other side of the football, what might be the Falcons' saving grace is they do got Austin Hooper, I think.
Yeah, I was just about to say they do have Austin Hooper.
But one thing that might be the Falcons' saving grace is they made 2 trades today. They traded away 2 of their veteran players, a pass rushing Keon White and Kyle Duggar, the safety who went to Pittsburgh.
See, but Duggar, the thing about Duggar, I think he was really on his way out the door anyway.
He was a box safety. Yeah, he was.
Yeah, because he's been kind of like in trade rumors the past couple of years, looking like John Collins for the Hawks.
But the crazy thing is, he just signed a contract last year.
But my thing is, I just felt like it wasn't going to work out. Was as soon as they got the new coach, I'm surprised he lasted this long, to be honest with you, because he had been like a healthy scratch, I believe, this year. And then I know he was dealing with some injuries, and I think he was actually questionable for this game. But now, of course, he's a Steeler now. So, but of course, I feel like if he wasn't able to pass the physical, he wouldn't be a Steeler anyway. Right. So I just feel like he still got to pass the physical, but they really was holding him out, is what I feel like, because they were trying to see if they can move him. They made a couple of trades, and they also signed one of their corner / special teams guys and locked him up for the next 3 years. So they've been making moves today. I don't know if we can necessarily call it a saving grace, though, Smitty, just yet. Say Caden Ellis needs to tighten up.
But
hey, I ain't gonna lie to you. Well, go ahead, Smitty. You maybe about to say what I'm about to say.
Yeah, let me tell you about that. I'm gonna get that Georgia Texas, but I'm gonna do a video on that tomorrow. We talk about Caden Ellis and how he played last week. This injuries have affected him more than anybody. Mm-hmm. Because if you look at the first 5 games, he was playing outside, he was playing inside, he was a Mike linebacker, he was an edge rusher. So when you don't have a Jalen Walker to play on the outside and him to pass rush from the middle, which he's the best at up the A gap, that's what he thrives at. Then you have Zach Harrison out last week who can't push the pocket. This is what Caden Ellis is affected. He had to drop back and cut it. We know he's not a coverage guy. This is what Devon Diablo was for. Devon Diablo was the coverage guy. Caden Ellis was the Swiss Army knife. So injuries have hurt him more than anybody. And I can't knock him for it because he's out there trying still. But when somebody takes you off your game because of injuries and you got to substitute what you do with something else, I mean, that's tough. So when everybody comes back, and hopefully they come back, soon, he gets back to doing what he does best, getting out to the pass and playing in that short area, I mean, I think he could turn around. But again, the offense has to keep us. We got to stay balanced.
Yeah, man.
Think about it. Last week we stayed on the field down there 40 minutes.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That cannot happen because I know Jesse Bates went down with an ankle, and honestly, they say they feel like he's going to be fine. He's actually kind of supposed to be on schedule to play, but again, watch that injury report. But my thing is, again, that's what I go back to. You can't have your guys on the field for the entire game. You will lose them, and we have no bye weeks. So this is a long stretch. It's a marathon, and it continues. Right now, we're making the pit stop in New England. We can't worry about what happened prior to this Sunday's game. We just can't. We have to have full focus on New England, a team again that we haven't beaten since 1998. That's a long time.
That's the year I graduated high school. Yeah, damn.
See what I'm saying, bro? Come on now, like that's wild. Smitty, you know what I'm saying? Smitty had his fro and everything then, so it just, come on, man. We got to do better.
I was born in the 70s, not the 40s. Oh man. Oh,
yeah,
boy.
but again, and don't allow any big plays, Falcons defense. Because
I was definitely gonna add that.
Yeah, you can't. You got to try to dictate the tempo so we can control the time of possession. If you notice, the 3 wins that we have had, we've controlled the time of possession. Our running backs have gone off. The offense has looked at least competent. I won't call it great. It's looked competent though. But in our losses, it's looked bad. It's looked real bad.
Well, that Minnesota game, the defense played lights out. I give them that.
Right.
That Minnesota game, yeah, we need that type of energy.
But again, in order to get that type of, we need that type of energy. But we also need to get our guys back. I really hope that we can get Jalen Walker back. It'd be wonderful to have Billy Bowman back because you'll be able to do different things. Jesse Bates, I need you to be out there as well. And just those 3 guys. Oh, and Zach Harrison. So just those 4 names right there can be a difference maker on this defense and have us, looking in better positions. If Jalen Walker is available, honestly, you can have him spy a little bit on Drake May just in case Drake May tries to kick out, because Drake May will take off a little bit too. Yeah, he's not the fastest guy, but he can scamper a little bit and pick up a first down. And so you got to be careful about that as well. Thank you, Willie Doc,
my guy. Appreciate you as always, my guy. He said, Smitty, A1, thanks for the great report and analysis these past few days. The McKay interview, Rob Presser, just shaking his head, man, just numb to all of it. And Willie probably been a fan longer than I have, or longer. And we know what this feeling. Yeah,
we hate it. Yeah, exactly. Just like Miss Joy saying, man. But I hate it for us Falcon fans, man, because we deserve a winner. And right now, I know that it's tough on us all, but we have to try to see if we can salvage the season. It starts this Sunday. The rest of the season starts right now. And if you're going to make noise, you have to start this Sunday. I know it's an uphill battle. Them Patriots looking good. Those Patriot fans are getting back, confident again.
Right.
And we have to go up there and see if we can do really what nobody thought we could do that night against Buffalo.
Yeah. So. And I heard on I think it was 92.9 the game this morning, they made a great point. They said maybe it's time to get away from the bench for a while because it seems like we go on the road, we play tougher. Even though we didn't win in San Francisco, we played tough that game. Clock management made mistakes. Could have, turned the game around with that Ellis interception, but that's neither here nor there. But this game, and that's why I made the title what I made it. Can the Falcons save their season? Right. This game right here, they lose this game, it's gonna be tough. And I said it last week. You look at any division in the NFC, you got 2 to 3 teams that can win in each division.
Right.
And the wild cards. The wild card, the last couple of spots for the wild card, they might have 10 to 11 wins. Think about that, 12 wins. And we seen them with Minnesota last year. They had 14 wins last year, and still the wild card team on the road. So
I think they had like about 10 wins, I think. 9 or 10 wins, something like that. But yeah, they were.
They had 14 wins last year. Remember Sam Darnold? Yeah, I think he was in the MVP conversation.
It was because of the Lions. That's why, because the Lions they had like 1 loss or something like that.
I think they were 13-4 or something like that.
But they were still
look it up. I might be wrong, but I know the Lions won division and Minnesota ended up in the wild card because of the 14 wins.
Of that. Right.
Yeah. I mean with 12 wins, 12 or 13. But yeah, I know it was because of that. Ms. Joy said before we get into X Factors, T. Joy said I learned McKay is on the competitive team for the Falcons. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I mean, he's going to be in those meetings and stuff like that too, just like he said he was. I mean, my thing is that interview, it didn't really give me anything saying anything new. It was just like, it was things I already knew, so I knew
we already talked about it.
Yeah.
What we already talked about.
Yeah, so it wasn't anything new. Just like, I know you was in the room and figures, so yeah, of course we know we had the groups, trying to help us, find the coach, all that good stuff like that. I know the Hawks did something similar. So it's just like with the GM and everything like that. So it's like those type of things are kind of like routine, so it didn't even really give me anything. But you could definitely say that if you listen to it, he definitely did not want to answer certain questions a certain type of way. He didn't want to speak for people, wanted to keep it respectful, but it was a little stumbling and fumbling through that right there. Is it cold in Atlanta? Yes, it is. Yes, it is cold in Atlanta.
Pretty chilly. But I want to give a shout out to my boy Maybach Sports, man. He's a New England Patriots fan. He's been supporting me by about 5 years, so shout out to him, man. He's a very solid stand-up guy. He has a podcast as well, Maybach Sports. So y'all please go check him out, man. He's a big New England Patriots fan, so shout out to him, man. Big supporter of the sports machine.
I think when I got in about 6 maybe, and I think it was like 51 degrees then. I am pretty sure
I went out at 7 this morning. It was 48. I think about
it was a frost.
What's today? Tuesday? It's Thursday or Friday. It's supposed to be 39 in the morning.
And y'all get ready, because I believe the time goes forward or time goes back. No, I think time goes back.
Backwards.
Yeah.
Back Saturday going into Sunday.
November 1st. Yeah. So I think it's going to start getting darker earlier. So like, it'll be like 7:30. It was getting dark before. Now it's going to be like 6:30. It's going to be looking like how it is now outside. Yeah.
No, it actually going to be moving back to 5:30, because it's going to keep getting darker earlier till they get to 5:30. Then it start going the other way. But you do get an extra hour of sleep. That's the positive part.
Yeah, extra hours.
But we ain't mean to drift off into weather school. But
oh, hey man, you can get your Falcons report, your weather report, your wing report. You can get it all right here.
Now you damn sure can get that wing report. I'll give you every single flavor that I know of. But X Factors, man, y'all in the chat follow along like y'all always do, man. Let's get these X Factors out the way, man. Chris, you go first, man.
Boy, my X Factor is getting my man some water down there. It don't make no sense how it's 81 right now. What in the world?
It's always in Arizona, man. Always. Go ahead.
Guys, X Factor on offense. How can it not be anybody except for Zach Robinson? How? Because without Zach Robinson, this offense, cannot get going. And then I even want to give a quick shout out to Man, Falcon Fan Denver from last week, because he said it. And I'll reiterate, yes, and what he does on offense dictates what happens for the entire team. And you saw that. Defense on the field, nearly 40 minutes, because the offense can't get right. So we can't have none of that. Zach Robinson has got to turn this thing around and have one of his best games as a coordinator. I'm not going to say in his life, but I am going to say for this season, because we have to turn this thing around the fast way. So if we can do that.
Before you go to defense,
what you got?
Ain't that sad? And this is why I told y'all it was a mistake in the beginning. Back-to-back years, you're going to fire both of the coordinators that you hired to come in to coach these young guys. That lets you know you made a mistake. And he better appreciate this, because other teams are watching. But before you go to that, I had a super chat. Dirty Bird Gang 11, appreciate you as always, my guy. He said, appreciate you guys' hard work. Do you think any of these coaches make it through the end of the year, and if the future offense continues? I think we stuck with Raheem. One, Chris said it a couple weeks ago. Who gonna come in, and he still got 2 years left on his deal. That's one thing
right there.
So when he still has money left on his
deal,
deal,
paying Arthur Smith, y'all. We still paying Arthur Smith, y'all. Still paying Arthur Smith.
So you don't want to be able to hire two coaches. So what they're going to have to do is go out and find a competent offensive coordinator. He was here last week. If he gets fired, But I digress, man. Go ahead with your defensive X factor. I ain't mean to get into that.
Oh no. This is all good, man. Defensive X factor. It's like, man. Now that one is tough. I know last week I went JD Bertrand, and I feel like I don't know. I feel like the Miami Dolphins listened to the podcast. It was like, oh, that's your X factor, huh? So I'm not. So respectfully, I'm not going JD this week. I am going to say Nate Ollie. Nate Ollie is my X factor this week because I need you to be able to get this defensive line to be able to get an added push. It's not going to be easy. New England normally always kind of try to keep some big boys when it comes to that offensive line. So is it going to be easy? No. But have we done it before? Yes. So this is going to be the times where Nate Ollie, Jeff Ulbrich, y'all got to collaborate. Y'all have both seen the Patriot teams before. Y'all kind of know the DNA and the makeup. Not much has changed outside. It's just different players, but the whole message of do your job is still there, even though Belichick is not, because you got Vrabel. So
yeah, same coaching tree.
Right, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Coaching tree and former player. So it's just like
he basically got the coaches that was there when Belichick was there. Belichick's son is still there. Josh McDaniels went back. Matt Patricia was there, but he left.
Yeah.
But I mean, they basically hired the same people.
They still got the same DNA.
Yeah,
and that's what I'm saying. You have to make sure that you're ready to go up against that, combat that, and take them down, because Drake May is really baby Josh Allen, size and arm wise. I'm not saying that he's Josh Allen, MVP. I'm just saying, like, when Josh Allen first came in, now. Drake May is kind of like on that trajectory. So it's just like we got to rattle his cage. He still is he's a second-year guy. But he's still a young guy. You can still rattle that cage, speed up that clock, send some stunts, some twists, so to kind of, get his clock moving a little bit faster, hopefully get him off his spot. And, of course, protect him if he tries to run, and get him on the ground. Don't almost get him on the ground. And I believe, so you can give yourself an opportunity in New England, because it's not going to be easy.
Chris always giving me damn idea. Well, he always, rejuvenate my thoughts.
I got you, bro.
Josh Allen, first 3 years in the NFL were a little underachieving. Ken Dorsey gets there. He figured out how to unlock Josh Allen. This is why I said Michael Penix need a quarterback coach or offensive coordinator that can unlock his game. That's all he needs.
Man.
Every single quarterback has a specific system that fits them. I understand the pistol, don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to learn how to audible. He needs to learn how to run no huddle. And he also needs to learn how to run play action.
So check this.
Zach Robinson had taught him none of that.
So check this, just to go to your point, right? First of all, Josh Allen, his rookie season, his completion percentage was 52.8. Okay. He only threw for 2,074 yards, 10 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, 67.9 QB rating. That's his rookie season. Guess what he did to follow up? 58.8 completion percentage. So it went up a little bit, still in the 50s. And 3,000 yards, 3,089, 20 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, 85.3. So it was some improvement. But my thing is, just to your point, you got Ken Dorsey getting there. You got Joe Brady get there. You know what I'm saying? Like, and those
MVP.
guys.
Yep.
That's all I'm saying. Though eventually it went up. But Josh did have to do some work on his own too. Now he did.
Yeah, mechanics now.
Right. Yeah. He did do some outside help. And
but don't you remember me saying that about Michael Penix too? About him going out to get outside help instead of relying on Mr. Oklahoma State. Willie Price, we don't know if Penix playing yet, but we're gonna give you that update on Friday.
Keep your eyes glued to that injury report. And then, of course, make sure y'all check in with us on Friday, man, because we definitely going to be checking the temperature and giving that Friday report on the injuries. And hopefully, man, hopefully we have a lot of guys coming back for this game who's really going to be chopping after the bit to get this win to come back to 500 because we need it.
But let me give y'all my quick X factor, man. It's gonna be quick and simple. Defensive side, I'm gonna go defense first. Got to be the front seven. You got to get pressure. The last 2 weeks, the pressure has disappeared, and it's mainly because of injuries, and also because of them being on the field too damn long. So when you look at it, if this front seven gets back to the way they were the first 4 or 5 games, they should come out this game with a win. Because if they come out with the way they play, you win the field position battle, you win the time possession battle, and it's just the type of energy that they need to move forward, especially going to an overseas game against an Indianapolis Colts team that runs the ball better than anybody in the league. So defensive wise, got to be that front seven. Dirty Bird game, absolutely agree. Offensive wise, y'all know I want to say Kyle Pitts, but that's too much like right. So, but I mean, the way Bijan looked last week, he got to be the X factor this week to get his confidence back, get his groove back like Stella. He got to put up a nice game this game. So
really
Zach Robinson,
past 2 weeks. Really the past 2 weeks.
Exactly. I think he had 25 yards last week, and the week before that he had what,
like
48, something like that.
It was not the normal, not Bijan Robinson stats.
So Zach Robinson, I'm gonna need you to scheme up plays to get Kyle Pitts open, or any other receiver that you can get open, and push the defense off the line by passing the football to open up the run game. Bijan has to be the guy this game to get everything going back in the right direction. Don't know who the quarterback's going to be. No matter if it's Penix or Cousins, Bijan has to get going to do his thing. And you have to game plan for such by getting other players involved, not just Bijan. So if you can do that, I mean, it'll be all fine and dandy. Them my 2 X factors. But
I like it. Love it.
Y'all know what next, man. Score prediction.
Drop
them in the chat.
Okay. Smitty, what you got, man? What you got? What you got up your sleeve?
I mean, this is a tough one to call, man, because in one sense, if they get key players back from injuries, I feel like the Falcons can pull this out. Mm-hmm. But the way Mike Vrabel is coaching right now and the way he got his team, running, I got to say the Patriots going to take this one, man. I'm a diehard fan. Everybody know that. Joy, somebody need a pink slip. But
the pink slips.
I'm going to say 27. I'm going to say 27-14 Patriots. I just can't. Yeah, they big. Vrabel got that coach, got that team playing it. Think about it, man. Think about it. When you can come in your first year, man, it ain't gonna happen. No.
I was just saying, Quack can be 29-3 or something. I don't know, bro.
Yeah, I got 27-14, man. I just feel like Drake made that offense. They're gonna be too much. Because if you
Falcons, look what we got going on. We got Falcon fans choosing the Patriots. What are we doing?
Look. We got a deficiency at middle linebacker, and they're gonna do the same thing. Miami and San Francisco. They're gonna attack that. Then, hey Willie, I mean, you a diehard fan, I know it, but I'm just gonna speak the truth. I just don't have no confidence in this coaching staff. I'm gonna just keep it plain, simple, and positive. I don't have no confidence, none, until they show me that they can turn around and stay consistent. I don't have no confidence in this staff. And as I told y'all, they still reeling from last year, and that New Orleans loss. Ever since that New Orleans loss last year, they're 5-10.
Yeah, we have been terrible since that game. The Kirk shoulder game. You know what I'm saying? The
shoulder.
Yeah, that game is just, and we have not been able to, right the ship since then. We were 6-3 at one point in time, and then we were 6-4 after that game, and then we was just kept going down the slope. Kept going down that slope like it was SSS crazy.
And I said that on the post on my reaction show last week. Remember that game in New Orleans? Same type game last week against the Dolphins. They don't trust the coaches, but they can't tell y'all that because they getting employed and they getting salaries. So they just can't come out and say, hey, we suck. They just gonna have to go on the field and show y'all that they suck. Just keeping it real.
Hey, you just keeping it real, Huey. And Huey said, I hate New England more than any team except for the Saints. But the Saints. Yep. But they are good, and we are not. I don't have
confidence. Hey, look, Huey, right on point. Chris, go ahead, man, give your prediction.
Lord knows I don't want to pick no Patriot. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Do what you got to do, my brother. I mean, it's a free country. Because you pick another team don't mean you're not a fan.
My God, bro.
But you just like me, you know the situation.
I will give you a situation. If the Falcons have the same team that they had Sunday, you know what I'm saying, like not having certain guys in, not having QB1, you know, etc. like that, I'm going to say Patriots will beat us 30 to 10. It's going to be 30 to 10 if it's like the similar people. If we can get some guys back, I think we make it more competitive. And I think that we possibly could squeak out the win 24-23.
Like I said, our saving grace could be them trading players away and, you know, new players coming in. So, but they don't need time to adjust because they've been getting rotated in and out anyway. So they know the system. It just if they had the stamina to go all game, because when you're a rotational player, you only get a certain amount of snaps. When you're a starter, you're getting way more snaps, and guess what? You could get tired faster. So that may be their saving grace, but the way this team has played the last 2 weeks and playing with no confidence at all and no chemistry, no nothing, I can't pick the Falcons, man. I'm sorry. And I'm a diehard fan.
It's tough, bro. I ain't gonna lie, it's tough. But again, if we just can't execute, it's gonna be 30 to 10. I feel like we can get a touchdown, we can get a field goal against this team, you know, just because, you know, some miscues and just because we have skilled players. But if we don't execute and don't have you know, since the capability to have new wrinkles and not the same predictable play calling that we've been having, and the defense, you know what I'm saying, is suffering because of it, I'm telling you, it's going to be like 30 to 10.
Kirk Cousins told y'all, same plays over and over and over again.
And you're not stacking plays. I don't want to see Kirk out there again, but my thing is with a bone bruise could take a month or longer. It could be sooner. Yes, it all depends on the degree of the bone bruise. But you know, Smitty, you don't have a bone bruise. I don't have a bone bruise. Them things don't go away right away.
It take a good 3 weeks to a month or longer. Yeah.
Depending. My thing is
depending on how deep it is. Yeah.
Right. And my thing is, even if you good, sometimes you still feel that little lingering little sensation, you know, in that bone bruise. So it's just like, I know they're NFL players, but this is still our future that we're talking about too. But Lord knows, I don't want to see Kurt one more time.
And if he come out, if Kurt come out that bad, you'll see Easter stick for the game over. That's all I'm gonna say.
Man, I don't want to see him.
It's just that bad though. It's just that bad. But
where's Trey Lance? Forget it. I'm just like, what? Goodness.
Where the hell Ryan Leaf at? That's not bad.
Man, shout out to Ryan Leaf. He's doing a whole lot better in life.
Hey, man, he turned his life around completely.
Yes, man.
Shout out to him, man. I see him on the Rich Eisen show, filling in for Rich Eisen sometimes. Do a hell of a job. But you know what to do, man. Shout outs.
Hey, man, I just want to give a shout out to every Falcon fan at the sound of my voice and beyond, because
you sound dejected as hell.
I'm just saying, fam. Like, I just shout out to y'all, man, and we appreciate y'all always coming in, showing support to, you know, Smitty Sports Machine, and of course myself, A1 Forever. You know, we do these shows for y'all, and because of course, you know, we're Falcon fans as well. So, hey, man, shout out to each and every last one of y'all. Shout out to, you know what I'm saying, you know, also, you know, God for giving strength and, you know, just giving the strength to, you know, weather the storms, not even talking about football, just talking about just in life general. And, you know, so we just got to stay prayed up all the way around. So ultimately, you know what I'm saying, just get ready for Sunday, y'all. We're going to see y'all before Sunday, but y'all get ready for Sunday. And again,
y'all Friday.
Yeah,
but y'all
yeah.
y'all like to see me every day because I'm always on. But
right.
Go ahead.
But yeah, just saying, like, just really just want to thank y'all for always tuning in. So really just shout out to you guys, man. Appreciate y'all.
Like Auntie Joy said, man, y'all hit that like button on the way out, man. If y'all go to either one of our channels, y'all hit that hype button, man. The hype button,
man.
It pushes us farther than a like or a comment will. You push that hype button, it pushes us through because I know there's a jump in my videos because of y'all pushing the hype button. So thank y'all for that. Doug Morrison, we'll see you soon, my guy.
Yes, sir.
Shout out, like Chris said, man, shout out to the chat, man. Shout out to Auntie Joy for coming through as always, man. She always doing her thing, always supporting us, man. But shout out to y'all for keeping it real, man. You got to be strong to be a Falcons fan. It's not easy. Trust me, it's not. But sometimes you just got to call it for what it is, and trust God gonna make things right in due time. It's gonna be a Super Bowl, in due time. We just don't know when, because they had a perfect team, just don't have the right coach. So if they flip it somehow, I think we'll be okay. And I'm gonna tell y'all, I mean, Raheem may not be the total problem. It probably could be just Zach Robinson. Who knows?
I'm just saying. I mean, at the end of the day, that magnifying glass just get.
But one thing about me, I told y'all at the beginning of this show, if I'm wrong, I tell you I'm wrong. Raheem Morris proved me wrong. That's all I got to say.
That's it. Prove the world wrong. Let's shock the world, man, and beat these Pats for the first time since 1998. I hope.
But for me, damn, my daughter wasn't even born. Ain't that some shit? But look, we thank y'all for tuning in, man. Another great show, man. I'm telling you, because we got a long week ahead. But we're gonna find a way to make it.
Find our way.
But we're gonna holler at y'all later, man. Peace.
Sir.